Hi, I'm Jimmy with craftingguys.com, and I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do a Santa Claus Deco Mesh Wreath. This Santa is a little more intricate in how you make it, but the outcome is wonderful. So first off, I want to go ahead and tell you that there are several ways that you can do this. We choose a different way than what most of the Deco Mesh people utilize. This is your typical Deco Mesh Wreath that people use. It costs about $8.95. You can get these at any craft store, Micheals, Hobby Lobby, but we don't typically use this. We make our own wreath from other supplies. This wreath that we use is a cheaper wreath. It's $2.95. You can find these at Micheals. And then we actually use pipe cleaners to make our rods to hold the Deco Mesh. So some of the other supplies that you will need is any decoration that you will want to put on your wreath. You'll need some felt, some scissors, a glue gun, and your Deco Mesh wreath. We use gold, which you will see will go for the face, white for Santa's beard, and red for the Santa's hat. We also use bells for Santa's nose. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate how we get the pipe cleaners on. As you can see on the wreath, there are several different layers of rods that go through the wreath all the way around. So actually what we're going to do is take the pipe cleaner and go through each one of these steel rods, and we're going to twist it. You'll do this all the way around on each section. You'll do the outer, and then you will also do the inner. Stick through and twist. And then we will do that all the way around the wreath. And here is what our finished product looks like. Doesn't look like much right now, but you'll see what we do with it here shortly. Now we're ready to start adding our Deco Mesh. Once again, I like to drop my Deco Mesh to the side because I'm working with a large amount. This is 21-inch Deco Mesh, and it is white with silver. So we're going to gather at the end. We're going to flip our wreath over, and we're going to start working our wreath from the outside in, all the way around the wreath. At this point, you want to do a smaller loop here with your first loop. Make your second loop a little larger. You take your pipe cleaners and twist. Make your third loop the same size as your second. Take your pipe cleaners and twist. Your fourth loop will be the same size as your third. Pipe cleaners and twist. And your last loop, you're going to do the same size as your first loop. Then we're going to flip our wreath over, and we're going to take our inside pipe cleaners and do a smaller loop. One just a little larger than your first on your inside of your wreath. So we're still continuing to work around our wreath. Making loops. and tying in with the pipe cleaners. We're going to come all the way back around to where we started. So now we're going to take our Deco Mesh Wreath, and as you can see, what we're getting ready to make. This is our Santa's beard. We're going to come in behind and actually make some larger loops. I'm going to tie this down on the back side so our loops are not as large on the side of his face. We're going to make a large loop here so his beard comes on down. And we'll tie it off in the center. And I'm going to loop it one more time this direction. Now, I like for our Santas to have really full beards. So what we do is we take the remainder of the white deco and we're going to loop it through the center portion of our wreath. And you're going to pull just a small knot through. We're going to flip it back over and tie it off. We're going to come around and do the same thing in through the center. And tie it up. And again, through the center, and pull a small loop through. And tie it up. And one more time. We're going to pull through the front, make a small loop, and then we're going to take our pipe cleaners and tie it up. And at this point, as you can see, his beard is getting really full. And you take your pipe cleaners and tuck them back in behind. And then we're going to actually fluff all the additional deco mesh that we pulled through. To a portion of his beard. And this is Santa's beard. Okay, now we do have some additional deco mesh left over. So actually what I'm going to do is bring this around the front of the wreath. Wrap it 2 times, and then I'm going to tie it in with the pipe cleaners. And this will be Santa's hat. So now we've got our wreath completed with his beard and part of his hat. We're going to add his face. So you're going to turn your wreath upside down, and as you can see, the back of it has a lot of the pipe cleaners on it. So what we've done is actually taken 2 pieces of gold and a piece of white and cut it out into a circle. And we're going to flip it upside down, and we're just going to attach it to the back of the wreath. With our pipe cleaners. Now, as you can see, we've attached the gold and the white to the back of the wreath, and it gives you the appearance of Santa's face. Now we're going to move forward with Santa's hat. Now it's time for us to do Santa's hat. So we're going to flip our wreath over, and I'm going to start working from the back. So I'm going to actually attach the red to the pipe cleaner in the back, and that's going to be where Santa's hat falls. So we're going to come up around the side, and I'm going to let my Deco Mesh fall to the side. And I'm going to start doing loops with the red and tying them in. The same concept as the beard. Loop and tie in. Now I like for his hats to be really big. Loop and tie in. Loop and tie in. Now that I've looped all the way around the back of the wreath, I'm going to actually take the same Deco Mesh and push it through the center of the wreath in the middle. That way we have part of his hat through the front. And I'm going to tie it in with the pipe cleaners. Same concept as the beard here also. We're going to push through the center of the wreath, and tie it in. We're going to push through and tie in. Okay, now we're ready to put his eyes and his nose on. And you're going to see Santa come to life. I'm very excited. I have one. And now his nose. And there is our completed project.